seem to find the good in your reflection. Yes, I remember when, but there was never an end. Keep pushing me, and sooner or later you'll find out the fucking truth. You said
Hey everyone, it's been a long time, but Diazable Conversations, we're back and we're doing it big, Texas style, baby. Oh yeah, because I am very excited that I get to talk to one of the members of a new Texas band called Ohanna. I am happy to talk to my friend, Mr. Will Kiep. Welcome to the show.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on by. It feels great to talk to some fun people and just talk music. I'm so excited. It's been a long time, so I'm really stoked.
Heck yeah. I love that. That's what I'm here for.
Awesome. And for all the fans out there who are a fan of Ohanna, I'm pretty sure you guys want to know a little bit background and details about the band and everything. So I'm happy to give that to you guys and everything. And I would love to just kick it off. The EP, Memoirs. It's been out for about a week now as of this recording. How does it feel to have the music out?
It feels really good, man. You know, it was a long process to record the EP. It really was. I remember being in studio sessions, tracking guitar back in May.
Oh.
So it was a lot to get this done. Obviously we're all trying to coordinate our own schedules and what we've got going on in our own lives to lay this down, but we did. It took longer than we maybe would have liked, but we got it done. And yeah,
I was just saying,
happy with how it turned out.
Oh, that's lovely. So I'm guessing it sounds like life, personal things probably got in the way of making this. It should have been a shorter effort. Like, did you guys already have like an original plan of like how long you thought it was going to take to make it, or like you had a different plan and then, like you said, life got in the way?
Well, I mean, of course, I think we all wanted it to, take just a couple months. But we're all working full-time jobs or going to school or doing something like that. And that's gonna slow down the process, and it did. It slowed down the process a lot. A lot. But we got it done at the end of the day, and so we celebrate that.
Lovely. Speaking of celebration, like I said, it's just been out for a while. You released some singles from the EP here and there. Overall, the reception, how's it been from friends, family, critics, fans? Like, have you got a lot of good, bad, in between feedback?
I mean, it's been pretty good. It's been pretty good. Obviously, when it comes to friends and family, you kind of expect them to say nice things.
Of course, that never want
to
be
expect them
to your friends.
You kind of expect them to say nice things about your album. And that's been good, but we've actually gotten a lot of good feedback from like outside of the immediate sphere. Like, we've actually gotten some people saying like, hey, this is good. Like, this is really good.
That's probably one of the best things anyone can hear when it comes to any art form or anything. They put out, like, someone, a complete stranger, like, whoa, you like my stuff?
Yeah, no, it's been nice. I mean, it's small, of course. Like, we're not anticipating going viral overnight, but I mean, like, when we show our music to listeners who care about this kind of music, they like it, and that is awesome.
I can probably be one of those future people saying it, because I would say my review coming out soon. Give you a little heads up.
Cool, man. Well,
pretty exciting. There was a lot of like, oh, No, no problem. Yeah, I was really like, oh, hey, okay. Like, oh, I was like, this is not saying I wasn't expecting it, was always going with no expectation, but there's a lot of like times I was like, yo, these guys know what they're doing.
We appreciate that, man. A whole ton. Yeah, no, that's awesome. But yeah, that's kind of been our experience so far.
Oh, awesome, awesome. And it's still like relatively a fresh release and everything, but it's been a long time since recording. Could you say exactly when recording finished?
I think oh geez, what is it now? The beginning of November. I think we finished, like, we formally wrapped up recording these songs at the end of August.
Oh,
I think if I've got my timeline right, we finished them up at the end of August, and we had them sent off for mastering. Um
like in the band's portion was like, oh, we got our part done August, and then it's like,
yeah. We got our part done, and then we sent it off for mastering. We sent it off to LA,
oh,
and we had it mastered by a guy named Stephen Hawks, who is a metal legend in a way.
that's why I love doing this stuff like this because when it comes to the background of music and stuff, I'm not too familiar. I'm more of just the bands, the names of the members,
Yeah,
producers
yeah, dude.
do mixing and mastering. This is new information for me, so apparently I can do some research on him. But could you name like some stuff that he's worked on that I might be
Oh,
familiar?
yeah, easily, absolutely. So Stephen Knox, um, bands like Attila and
Oh,
Chelsea Grin.
oh,
He
okay.
has actually mixed, mastered, and engineered records for both those bands.
Hmm.
He also has a very impressive discography if you go look him up. But I think Attila and Chelsea Grin are some of the easier bands that you could associate with him.
Yeah, I
Um,
know them off. I know a lot of their songs and everything. And when you mentioned that, I
yeah.
see some correlation with his style and your guys' release. Yeah.
So to have him master our stuff was really cool because we know this guy knows metal.
Mm, I
This
can.
this guy knows what metal is supposed to sound like, and he did not disappoint, man. He absolutely killed it. He mastered us a great EP. Um,
I'll have to agree.
my
Sounds really good.
we appreciate that very much. We are very happy with how things turned out.
Ah,
Noted,
nice.
no
And
doubt.
was it like a create like you guys chose him like from the get go? Yo, we want to use him, or did it kind of like just like, hey, let's go through the list, and or just like you stumbled across it? Was it just I guess?
So that's actually a really good question. That is a question I was not expected to be asked, but I will answer it. That so I have a friend out in LA. His name is Taylor Sparks. He's a great
Mm,
kind of
yeah,
pop
they're great.
producer. Yeah, he's awesome. I mean, he's a great pop producer. He co-writes for a lot of songs.
Ah,
And when we were recording this EP, I messaged my friend Taylor and I was like, "Hey, do you want to master our stuff?" Because he's like a big shot out in LA.
mm,
And I was like, "Do you want to master our stuff?" And he was like, "Well, I could, but I don't think I'm really ready for it or up to do it."
respect. I like the honesty.
Yeah, he was super honest with me. And he was like, "But I think I have somebody that you wanna check out." And he sent me Stephen Hawk's profile. And
Ah,
they shared my friend Taylor and Stefan shared a studio space together in LA. And they did
oh,
two totally different kinds of music.
but all in the
It's
same like.
crazy. Yeah,
Oh,
but in the same space. But I mean, like they did two totally different kinds of music. And so my friend Taylor was like, "You should check out Stephen Hawks," and I did, and I was like, "Well, obviously, yeah, man, like that's who we're going with." And so it was super cool how that process worked out, and I could not be happy.
nice. Those little just happy little, I won't say coincidence, but just knowing people, right time, right place. Like, hey, I can't do it, but yo, this
Dude,
dude big in the
yeah,
game.
absolutely. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Yeah,
That's cool.
and- exactly. And always, it doesn't hurt to ask. If you never asked him, it wouldn't have trickled down to that.
Yeah. And so we got Steph Knox, who is an absolute dude, um, absolute talent, good for mixing, mastering, engineering, whatever you want. Check him out, man.
Awesome. You guys heard it. If you need some, if you're a metal player, metal musician, need some good mixing and mastering,
Check him out.
maybe not. He got you.
Check it out.
Lovely. Which brings me back a little bit. Started in May, finished up in August, sent it out mixing mastering. Since the release, it's still relatively new, but
Yeah.
it was a long process. From this experience, is there anything you've learned since this release? Like just as a musician, as a person, in terms of yourself as growth, or as the band themselves, has there anything that like, oh, we should do this next time? Or like, oh, we didn't know we could have done that. Like anything like that that you came across?
Well, yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, I think we all certainly are. The brains of this project is Chance Williams. He's not here with me tonight. Invited him to be here, but he's not here, so trying to represent him super well.
Doing a great job.
But he's incredibly humble.
Mm.
The thing that we've learned the most from this EP is to keep staying humble. And I know that's super tacky. That's super,
No, never tacky. It's what it's coming from the heart. It's coming what you're feeling. It's good.
but we've got like we just released this EP that has 3 songs on it.
Mhm.
And these 3 songs are actually older than 10 years old.
Whoa. And you saying that brings me up another question I want to mention later that I saw and I was like very curious. But okay. I'm listening. Ooh.
The songs on the Memoirs EP are older than 10 years old. I remember when I was 18 years old and I had a little home studio set up of my own. I was actually working on demo versions of these songs
Wow.
in my little lair. That's how old these songs are, dude. I know, it's crazy. They're old. They're old songs.
But that's great because not too many. It's very rare when someone can have like we held on to this for 10 plus years. Circumstances wasn't ready, but just when the time is right, the time is right.
And that's kind of how we approached this EP. We had these 3 songs that we think are really good songs at their core, but we couldn't quite find a place. How do I want to say this? We couldn't quite find a resting place for these songs. Like they're great songs. They're skillful songs. But what do we do with these songs? Because there had been other recorded versions of them.
Oh.
there had been other recorded versions of them, and like they just never really sat right.
Like there wasn't a good like you said. Okay, I'm getting the resting. Like there wasn't a good time where you're like, we're satisfied with this. This is it. It was always like something was always just a little off, and you
Yeah,
wanted to release the
exactly.
best
Like
version of
something
yourself.
something was always a little off. And we're like, how do we take these songs that are 11 years old, almost 12 years old, and how do we memorialize them
Mhm.
for good? Like we want to stop because like, there have been versions of these songs recorded over the years. Like we hear that that's great, but how do we like lay these songs to rest? And I think that was this EP.
I see. Oh, that make it. The more you're expanding on explaining it, it makes sense that you want to give the proper. You love these songs. You care about this stuff that you create. That you can't. You couldn't. I won't say compromise, but you couldn't just settle.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Like, right, like we care about these songs. We want to hear the absolute best version of these songs that can be heard.
Hmm.
And we think we finally nailed them down on this EP. That's what we think. Of course, it's up to you and everybody else who listens to it.
Just to let everyone know,
That's
sneak peek. He's not lying. Like they they pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
we appreciate that, man. And
This actually makes me
deeply.
appreciate the songs even more, knowing that they've been in the tank for 10 plus years. Now it's like now
Oh
when I
yeah,
I
dude.
listen to it, I'm like, oh, there's something here. Because when listening to it, I kept feeling like there's a little like twinkle twinkle, like this is special. I'm listening to something special right now. So
Yeah, I mean, we hope so. I mean, we want everybody who listens to this EP to love it as
mm,
much as we loved these songs. And I mean, like, and these songs have been played live over the years. Like, I mean, like, these songs have been played live in some capacity. I mean, it's cool, man. I mean, like to bring it all home and kind of listen to it as a community and talk about it. That's cool.
I can only imagine amazing feeling that just burst out of you, just a mix of a weight being off of you and just being like, I did it. I made it. Just it's solidified for the rest of it eternity. As long as there's music players and stuff, it's just out there and it's just the perfect form it could ever be.
Well, I appreciate the heck out of you, man. You're a heck of a host. You
Ah,
have
try my. I never want to be too like. Even though people always say I'm a very positive person, it's always coming genuine. Just trying to be as genuine and say be humble, and because I haven't put the review out, but I can't. I don't want to talk too much about it. But I'm like, yeah, it's pretty good. Like, and just hearing like what makes it really
well,
good
dude.
coming from the horse's mouth.
Appreciate that. But what do you want to know about us? Because like I know when we were messaging earlier, we were talking about like nothing is really off limits. If something is off limits, I will respectfully tell you. But we are a group of 5 guys from Central Texas who want to talk.
And I'm happy to like.
We want to be open. We want to talk, dude. So whatever you've got for us.
Thank you, Will. I'm excited because also like it's interesting because like discovering you and everything. It's like there's not too much information, and also I like I said, I live in Korea. I'm very outside the American scene, but trying to do my best to stay in it. So it's kind of hard to research. And then when you said you've been sitting on these for 10 plus years, I saw someone saying you guys have been a band since 2011.
Yes. So yeah, I mean, like some history about the band. So
Yes, please. I would love to hear history because this is interesting.
there there are 5 guys in the band. There's me, there's Will, there's Donovan, our drummer,
Mm,
There's Michael, one of our guitarists.
mhm.
There's Chance, the other guitarist and the songwriter.
Ah,
There's Tony, the vocalist. And so, yeah, that's all of us, man.
I'm guessing since 2011 till now. Like, I feel that's a bit of a Hail Mary to say, like, have y'all consistently been the same band, same members for the past 13 years?
No, no, not at all, man.
I was gonna say that's pretty impressive. Like, you haven't had too many member changes or for a long time like that, but I'm guessing a few people have come and gone.
You'd be surprised. So let's set the record straight. Tony, Chance, and Donovan. Those are the guys.
Oh,
That's Ohanna. That's Ohanna. That's vocalist, guitarist, drummer.
that's the core of it. And I'm guessing it's you, Will, and the Tony, Chance. The other guitarist came a
Michael.
little bit later.
Yes. Oh yeah. Well, yeah.
I see. And so
So yeah.
okay. And may I ask, when did you like happen to join the band?
Early this year.
Oh.
So Ohanna actually kind of became dormant in 2017
I see.
and kind of got revived in 2024.
I mean, a lot of the people in the metal hardcore scene these days, with how you can travel more, tour different, you can do smaller shows, and kind of do it on the weekend. So I guess that's where you guys came from. Like, hey, we can do some shows here and there. We don't have to do it full time. Let's bring it back, kind of.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think it was more musical because Chance is our guy. I mean, he is the musician. He is the musician and the magician at the same time. I
Oh,
mean,
nice.
this guy writes metal like nobody I've ever encountered. And so when he started writing demos again in early 2024, and he started to show those demos to me, I was like, whoa, dude. I mean, this is crazy. This is good. This is really good. Shit, I've got to be a part of this.
Nice. And prior to that, I'm guessing you played in other bands before this, or like you've known Chance for a long time. It just never matched up with your time to be in the band or play in a band together, I'm guessing.
Well, kind of. I mean, like going all the way back to 2013, I did play in a band with Chance, and
A different band.
A different band. Yeah, we were called Before the Masses back then.
Based out of Austin?
Based out of Austin. Yeah.
Oh, I being from San Antonio, seeing a lot of show flyers in the air, just hearing that name, I feel like I definitely saw you on a flyer at some point while living in San Antonio.
Maybe you did, man. I mean, it's entirely possible.
I mean, it's only an hour drive. So I would assume at some point in this conversation there was going to be like some like slight overlap. So that could be a little bit there.
Yeah, but that's true. Before the Masses, that was our band, and it didn't work out. Did not work out.
It happens sometimes, but that's good that there's a connection still between you and Chance, and you were able to reconnect in another form with Ohanna.
Yeah, I mean, he was able to branch off, and he was the one who was able to branch off and start Ohanna.
And he's been, I'm guessing, his
And
hands in a lot of different bands and he's done so much because he said he's the driving force of the band, writes a lot of stuff, and seems
oh
like
yeah, yeah,
he's
no,
always doing
he's
stuff.
he's the dude.
Mm, I see, I see.
He's the dude.
Hopefully
Yeah,
one day I get to meet the dude and you know,
I
and
I
all the
hope so too,
magic of
man.
all.
Yeah, no, he's an absolute unit. Um, but yeah,
Lovely, lovely. Uh, so you guys have come back this year and everything and started playing shows, I guess, in the around the Austin area.
we will next year
Oh,
start
so
shows.
this year was more focused on recording, putting out material. No, there
Exactly.
haven't been any live performances yet. Since you
Exactly. Well, yeah, yeah.
ah makes a lot of things are clicking in me because I was like trying to research, I couldn't find any videos,
I
any
think the
links.
last time that Ohanna, well, I switched a lot of things private on our YouTube, but the
Ah,
last time Ohanna played live was 2016.
oh, and like you said, those aren't out on YouTube or anything. They're just not out there to see right now.
Yeah, they're switched private. And maybe one day we'll flip it back, but
I see.
yeah,
But smart, you're taking it slowly, getting back into the swing of things, not just jumping right into shows, doing this and that. Like you want to get some say,
right.
good good music recorded so people can like probably want to get to know you again, know your music all over again, or new fans can discover you and then play a show and have some good uh, like a good show. You don't want to just come back and just people not realize, oh, you were back, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Build that anticipation.
Yeah.
And everything. Yes, yes. I was gonna say, for you for this recording and stuff, you play bass and everything. What kind of equipment were you using on this release?
So on the this last release, I did not play bass at all. Actually,
Oh,
the our very skilled and talented producer helped me map out bass lines and generated the tone with gin bass
mm,
and projected that onto the whole EP. But he did a damn good job mixing and mastering.
that he did. So even though
Um,
you didn't play on this on the album, I'm curious, your own personal, do you have a personal preference on equipment you like to use that you like to share with people? And so if they would know your own personal preferences of basses or switches that you use.
yeah. I have a Hartkey 1x10, kind of a modest bass amp. Hartkey 1x10. I could read off the number specifically, but I think more importantly, um, I've got a Dark Glass Alpha and Omega pedal
Oh,
that I have kind of targeted to what I want. And also with the Hartkey, it's the, you know what? Give me a second here.
mm,
It's the Hartkey HD 150.
ah,
And so, and the reason I bring that up is because it has a multi-band EQ
oh.
board, and it is really worthwhile.
It
And
serves a lot of
so,
purposes that you could use it. Not,
yeah, it's good. It's super cool.
oh,
Um, and then with the Dark Glass Alpha and Omega, it sounds pretty good, dude. I mean, it's not the last bass rig I'll ever want, but it's solid.
mm.
Sounds good. I mean, it works for now.
Hey, if that's what getting you what you need right now. Anyone listening, hey, this is what you might need if you want to sound like. Well, I mean, it's not the record what's used on the recording, but if you see him, Will play live. This is the stuff he's using, guys.
I've got a good live setup. I've got a good uh, bass cab, bass combo that works for me. But I really funnel it through the dark glass alpha and omega pedal that I have.
Nice.
And so that should make the low end sound pretty good live.
Wonderful. Which, I'm also curious in terms of like, this is still a new release. Um, in the future, like more stuff is gonna come out. Has there any been like something you haven't tried yet in terms of playing live or on a recording that you're interested in doing with either like how with your bass or with how the band might try some new guitar techniques, some drum fills, or anything you would think that would be kind of like a curious thing that you like would want to try on the next recording?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think that's, so the newer stuff that we have coming out probably in the spring of 2025,
Mm.
it sounds different
Oh.
than what we just put out.
Ooh.
And it sounds different. I mean, not in a I don't know. Yeah, you just kind of got to wait and see what it's like.
Right, I'm jumping too far ahead. Like it's still fresh with this release right now.
No, totally good question. I always want to tailor my sound, my bass sound to what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And so I don't want to say, certainly the bass did not take a back seat on the EP we just put out.
Mm.
In
I
no
don't
way.
think so.
But in this newer stuff, there's a chance, there's opportunity for the bass to sound, it's more guttural, more,
Ooh.
yeah, kind of like, for lack of better words, chunky.
Oh, nothing better than a chunky bass. Mm.
Yeah, I mean, like it's gonna sound, it's gonna sound a little different. These songs are gonna sound a little different.
Exciting.
And so how I do that live, like with my, of course, with my bass live, I mean, I'll adjust. But I think
Okay.
we got a good setup.
Oh, awesome. Thank you for letting me pick your brain a little bit on that and everything. Um, a little bit less of a music question, but it's still involving the music, the band itself, the EP cover. It's very, I would say I'm loving the color scheme on it with the contrast of the light reds and the blues and the lady in the clouds with, memoirs. Curious, does it all tie in together, or was it just like this piece of image kind of just resonates with what we're trying to do here? It, curious the artwork because I like to do art. So
That is a cool question, man. That is a really cool question. So when we set out to release the CP, we had a lot of discussions internally as a band. Like, what is the album cover going to look like?
mm,
And we really talked about it for a long time. And there's this graphic designer in Florida, in Florida. I say in Florida. No, he's in Florida. His name's Rob Walden. And he's the guy that we had used on some other parts of our projects and some other graphic design stuff. And So we were really thinking hard about what we wanted this EP cover to look like.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in touch with Rob, and we were talking to Rob about doing, like, you know, brand new art for the never seen before. That kind of art.
I see.
But he also is just a kind of a creative genius in his own way. And he makes art and uploads art to his website. And so the cover for this EP, we were like in deep talks about what is this going to look like, and we were kind of all like inviting, you know, like it should look like this, well, it needs to incorporate this, and then Rob actually posted this kind of template to his personal like artist page. And it caught our attention. This sort of the whole the girl in the smoke, and you know, or the this fading image of this girl in the smoke, and you know, stuff like that, and that kind of caught our attention. And then we talked about it because, like, we don't advertise this, but one of the truths is we dedicated this whole EP to our friend.
Oh.
Yeah, you know, so if you listen to the whole EP, it's only 3 songs, so it's not that much, but you know, there's What I Meant to Say, there's Euphoria, and then there's this last song, Impressions. Impressions is a dedication to our friend who passed away 10 years ago. And she was this amazing human being. I mean, she's like one of a kind. And so when it came to the album art, we were like, we want it to, like, we want it to be beautiful. We want it to be thoughtful. We want it to be important, and we want it to honor her in a way. And so it's not to say that the woman on the cover of the EP is this friend, but it kind of is like a visage, like a sort of like a beautiful send-off. Like we want to like tie all of this together, because she, like I was telling you earlier, like she died in a, you know, a horrible accident 10 years ago. And these songs were written 10 years ago, and so we're kind of bringing them back full circle, you know, and so we want to do it right.
I see. I mean, it's crazy because I'll talk a little bit when I put out the review. Like that song, Impressions, out of the whole EP, definitely, it's crazy that it's left an impression on me, and it's gonna be crazy. Everything learned about this EP, and then going back to it, it's gonna be like a brand new EP all over again because of the context of everything.
Oh, cool, man.
Every little detail. Like, it wasn't just music to be made music. There's something there, and it's weird listening to, not weird, but like listening to the whole EP just the whole time, like, this is captivating me. It's invoking feeling for me, and all forms of art, I feel like that's whatever in feeling it invokes, if it can invoke a feeling in you, I think it's done its job. And I really think this EP, Memoirs from you guys, it if it can't invoke a feeling in somebody, oh, I don't know what's going on in that person. Has you feel something when you listen to this EP. Definitely. I can't
That
take it
means a lot.
back.
We, and like the funny part is like, it was the actual recording of the EP was me, it was Chance, our songwriter, it was Tony, our vocalist, um, it was Grayson, our producer, um, and we just sat like a small little clammy room all summer, and we're just trying to convey all these emotions. It's crazy, it's just funny.
I can only imagine being there, being in this kind of creative process, going from just the starting point, the end point, and just like everything pouring yourself into some kind of project, and then you have it like, even though it's physical but not physical, it's just audio file, but then with these short minutes, you can like think about all those times of being in recording, oh, thinking
Yeah,
about cover. It's just like a wonderful sensation that is very few people get to feel, like have those sensations without who don't create art. So it's just really awesome. You can forever just have your art right there.
what do you want to know about us?
Hmm.
Because like we're in like a really cool phase of the band. Like we just put out this EP
Mm,
that is like songs from 11 years ago have been released, and they sound amazing. I mean,
absolutely.
I not even like talking to the quality of the songs, but I mean just like they sound good. They've been professionally recorded.
Absolutely. I cannot not disagree with, I like totally agree. Yes, like you'd
um
be crazy to think anything else, I think.
I mean, they're really fun songs, but like us as a band, like what about what about us? Because you sent me some cool questions last night. You were talking about like pizza toppings and stuff, and I mean, like I love all that, but like, what do you want to know about us?
I'm happy. I
Because
like it, oh yeah, yeah, like I'm ready, like kind of doing like the music part and everything, but now I kind of do want to get into like your what makes you who you are. And another thing is like your
I love it.
influences. I want like when I listen to this and what you wrote down, it's kind of similar. Like I got Veil of Maya vibes. I got Volumes vibes. I got a lot of those like early like when you said 10 years ago, I was like, oh, that was like a lot of those bands were like that type of style of like genty metalcore style music. Not saying not it's not popular, but it was like a really good time frame for that. And like I got a little bit of Misery Signals after the Burial vibes from y'all. Like
Misery Signals. Yo, hold up. Misery Signals, low-key goat. Love Misery Signals.
yes, absolutely. I'm so crushed that I didn't get to go to any of their final shows and everything recently, but I'm always like, well, I did see them one back in the day. I saw them back at Furnace Fest when they came back in
No, I
2022.
love
But like,
that, man.
and I might be in the minority with this because I this is when I got into them. I think Controller is their best. I think just because that's the first album I ever heard from them. I still love Zach. I think that Zach, the original singer, their older stuff, but something about Controller, that album. And I'm glad that you're a fan of Misery Signals. I can see the influence of Misery Signals on your guys' music a bit.
Yeah, dude. I mean, so credit where credit is due. Immediately, we Chance is our guy. He's the musical mastermind. He is the guitarist. He is the lyricist. Um, Tony is also the lyricist too. But I mean, it's like Chance and Tony are so fucking good. They're we've
They're
got some
distinctive.
stuff coming up in the spring.
Hmm.
And I don't want to spoil it too much, but there's this one line from this one song that I love, and I have to spoil it.
Ooh.
It's a place there. The lyrics are, "It's a place not marked on maps. It's in our thoughts and hearts."
I love it because there's so much ways to interpret it in such different anything that can be open to interpretation when it comes to your art. Music is so profound. I love that, and that's that little
Place
snippet.
not marked on maps. It's not a place we can visit, right?
Mm.
Physically, it exists in our thoughts and hearts. That goes hard as fuck, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
And so that's 2025. I spilled some beans, but that's kind of what we're looking at.
Hey, gotta leave some bread trails every once in a while. You gotta keep Hansel and Gretel. You gotta lead them to the house. You gotta lead them in.
But that's kind of what we're looking at. Not like I don't know, dude. We've got some
That's
good.
I'm excited for the new stuff and everything. And so it's those influences that you said, pretty big metal influences. Would you say there's any like non-metal influences that have like played into your recording, playing style, stuff that would not be traditional metal? As I say, the out of the box, like, oh, that person was an influence on you. Say what?
Absolutely, dude. Okay,
Oh,
so
he's got this locked and ready. It's been in the chamber for a while. He's been waiting for this question.
oh yeah, yeah. So I might be the only one in the band, but I am a huge pop punk fan, dude.
Oh,
Huge pop punk fan. Like I like gonna get full emo podcast here for a second.
let
Like
it.
I love pop punk. Like the first, so let's go all the way back to 2004,
Mm.
5. The first time I got exposed to heavy music, this is gonna blow your mind. I don't
Hmm.
even know if I don't even know if you know this band.
We will
Do
see.
you remember? Do you remember Trapped?
Uh, Headstrong, baby.
Headstrong, I'll
Yo,
take
pick
you
you
up.
up.
That was my first exposure to like heavy music.
I would say I'm in the similar boat, like early 2000. I would say embarrassed, but my first one would be
Dude, there's
kind of
no
like
embarrassment
gateway was
here.
Corn. Like everyone has their gateway. Like Trapped
Dude,
is your gateway.
corn is fucking legit as
Yeah.
fuck. Okay.
Trapped had a couple songs.
Trapped had some songs. Okay. So that was like my first exposure to like heavy music.
Mm.
And I was jamming like on these big like, do you remember like back when the Apple stores like had like iPods and like everything out on like display and everybody
Absolutely.
would go in and
Yes.
I remember I'd go put on like the big old fucking headphones and listen to Trapped in the fucking Apple stores. That was some fucking shit. And I so that was kind of like my first introduction to like heavy music.
Mm.
And that was like probably 2000, that was probably like 2005, 6.
Roughly, yeah. Early 2000s, yeah.
And I'm about to take you on a story. So
Let's
forgive
go.
me.
Let's go. I'm ready to time travel.
So we get through Trapped and I'm listening to heavy music. Like, I've got like Rise Against, like my dad bought me like on iTunes back in the day. Like
With the iTunes gift card and everything.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, Rise Against and like all these kind of like heavy provocative bands.
Mm.
And then I was online like on MySpace. Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah, I lived on MySpace, baby. I was all up in there, like changing up my profile, putting on the news 4 years strong, Hollywood and Dead songs all the time.
There you go. Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, I mean, fuck yeah. Six fuck.
Yeah.
So I was on MySpace
Mm.
and I was in the seventh grade. Seventh grade was a deal breaker for me.
Ooh.
That was a deal breaker for me, man. I'm gonna keep it rated PG-13, but it was a deal breaker for me.
Fair, fair,
But
fair.
I remember I heard my first pop punk song ever, and I went on my friend's MySpace page,
Mm.
and he had what's it called? A little less 16. What's it called? Hold on.
I'm drawing a blank right now.
I am. Ah. It's one of those super long. It's one of those super long ass names. It's one
Ridiculously.
it was a fall. It's the Fall Out Boy song.
Oh,
A little less 16 candles, a little more touch me.
oh yeah, they were in that phase where they were just doing ridiculous long titles. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah. So and so I but it's the iconic down 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 down. It was that song. And like the name obviously is elusive,
yeah. Yeah, just a bit, but
but
that's
it was that song and it was so captivating that I was like
then you haven't been able
that
to go back. It just took you on
no,
a whole
ever.
wild.
Absolutely never. And it's fucking crazy. Never ever looked back. And I mean, like I'm a pop punk fan, man. Like if you want to talk to me about pop punk real quick, like I mean, we can talk about pop punk.
All right, people want to get to know you. We want to know about you a little bit. Mount Rushmore, top 4 pop punk bands in Will's mind.
Top 4 pop punk bands.
Top 4, or like back in the '80s, the Big Four. Who are your Big Four?
Well, obviously, it's Blink-182.
Quite obvious.
The starting line.
Mm. Not expecting that, but the starting line. Good,
The
good.
starting line. You know about the starting line?
I do know, yeah. Like, listen to a few times. I think I even saw them at Warped Tour a couple times. Starting
The
line.
starting line.
I was just like they're I guess not as big. It's just not a pick I would think so. Right after Blink-182, starting line. It's just like a
The
little bit of
starting line is one of my favorite. Like when I was like 14 years old, man. Like I used to love on the starting line. Like
that was
so
your jam. Mm.
that was my jam, dude. Yeah. So starting lines up there. Um all-time low. All-time low, but with limits. All-time low.
There's an asterisk
2000
next to there.
Yeah. 2006 through 2012.
I would say by now with it where they are now, a little bit of different all-time low. Like they're not as pop punky as they were before.
It's just too poppy, man. Like I want like all-time low back in 2007, 8, 9, 10, 11. I
Premium
want
stuff.
that all-time low.
It's funny that you bring up All Time Low because I was with there's this band out here in Korea called the Geeks. They had their 25th celebration, 25-year anniversary last year. Very youth crew style punk band. The lead singer was telling me that All Time Low was in Korea 2 weeks ago, their first time ever, and they played 3 songs and then they like kind of left the country because they're like their songs are on like one of the biggest like League of Legends like one of the biggest Korean gaming companies, and this Korean gaming company flew them in to play 3 of the songs they have on this soundtrack, and they just flew out the next day.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, and apparently they got paid buco bucks to do it because it's like one of the biggest online PC gaming companies in the world. And like I was like, oh, this is all new. They're like, yeah, they never been to Korea, but they were like posting about it in Korea, like here. Played a 3 song set, and like most of the people kind of they didn't know until they started playing who they were. Like everyone just watching them like in front of the gaming company they were at. They were like doing an outside show, and all the
No.
Koreans over there was just like, what's going on? And they literally the first like strum of the guitar, everyone loses their mind because they know the song, but don't know who it was. And so
Oh
I don't
really?
think so. I was like, oh, it's a cover band, or like some bands cover, or like, oh, this is the band. It was just really funny, like seeing videos of it, and then just like an All Time Low just came in, made some bucks, and dipped out.
Well,
So good to them for getting their bag. But yeah, I just thought it's funny we were talking about All Time Low, and now here he is.
no, yeah, that's super funny, man.
Blink 182 starting line, All Time Low, and the last spot for you for the pop punk Mount Rushmore.
Not Rushmore. I've got to think about this for a second because I take my pop punk pretty seriously.
As you should.
I take it pretty seriously. Hmm. Got to think about this for a second.
No worries, no worries. This is a very important thing. You can't just rush it.
I'm just gonna like look at my own Spotify really quick.
Hmm. I wonder where I put in my pop punk.
I see.
Oh, you got it.
Getting there.
I think definitely put Blink 182 in mine for sure. Sum 41.
Sum 41. I mean, Sum 41 is amazing, of course.
Newfound Glory.
I was thinking about them. No, it's not them.
Oh yeah. Of course. It's just I'll throw mine off real quick. And I think last one, I think it's a tie. I want someone new in there. I would say the Man Overboard or The Story So Far. I might go with Man Overboard. If I had to just quickly make a top 4.
No, you're good, man. Honestly, it might take me all night to figure out what the last one is. But
no worries. The last one, if you do figure it out, just record something real quick, and I'll splice it in at the very end, like last number 4.
What? I was actually watching some pop punk videos earlier tonight, and it came to my attention that The Story So Far played High Regard at Red Rock Amphitheater.
Oh,
dude, you've got to see it.
I can anything at the Red Rock Amphitheater probably just amazing. But I can imagine. I didn't realize. I didn't realize, but I'm not surprised that they've played it now. Like they're up there ish. And I can imagine hearing that song live there. everything. But I will say we are kind of running out on time for this. We can always do another one another time. But do you have any last closing remarks, Mr. Will? For it's great having you on and everything.
Oh yeah, sorry. Let me recenter myself real quick. Oh, thanks for having me on, man. I mean, it's been a lot of fun. We've had a lot of good conversations.
Very lovely. Yes, it was great talking to you. I'm hoping to talk more to you in the future. Is there anything you want to say to anyone that you got going on, or you want to let everyone know that's going on with your life or Hannah?
Yeah, definitely check out the EP. Listen to the EP. The EP matters. It's good. It matters. But there's new stuff coming that is gonna it's gonna blow his minds.
You heard it for himself. Will from Ohanna. New stuff coming out soon. Check out the current EP right now. Till next time, guys. We will see you in the pit. Yeah.
You finally found, never left.